Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Pyromancer here. I hope you're all having a wonderful day and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about none other than Trade Prince Gremlin, Gallywix. Let's be honest, nobody likes this guy. He's shady, he only cares about money, and he's basically a real-life politician. We're already seeing him doing some pretty sketchy scheming behind the scenes with Sylvanas. And as Greymane points out in the new 735 cinematic, his schemes usually involve money. So, what's Gallywix's plan? Well, my Discord and I have been discussing this quite a lot since the new cutscenes came out, and we have been digging into what we think is going to happen. We want to mention right now that a member of my Discord, Honkerton, played a massive role in developing this theory, so special thanks to him. Before we can even get into the upcoming plot with Gallywix, we need to discuss the culture of the Goblins. The Goblins are ruled by what we call trade princes. These are basically merchant princes, traders, and in some cases, arms dealers. There are 5 trade princes that make up the Goblin Trade Coalition, though they are not all named. Here's the problem. The Goblins don't elect their trade princes. They aren't given the position by birthright either. They lie, kill, and blackmail their way to the top. Sorry Gallywix, you're already looking like a twat. Jaster Gallywix, more commonly referred to as Gallywix, is the leader of the Bilgewater Cartel, a goblin trade guild born out of Kizan. His father, Luzik, developed many inventions, all of which had something to do with explosives. This is a trait that would be passed to his son, Jaster. After many years of working his way up through the ranks on Kizan, Gallywix found himself to be second only to Trade Prince Maldi of the Bilgewaters. Eventually, he bought out the staff of Maldi and executed a plan to exile Maldi and his daughter, and later arranged their accidental death. Oh, and then he fired the person whom he employed to kill Maldi. I really like this guy, really. Doesn't he sound like such a wholesome family man? No, he sounds like a dick. As Deathwing was wreaking havoc on Kizan, Gallywix literally requires the denizens of the island to pay their life savings to purchase a ticket for the only ship that could get them off the island. Oh, and you also had to agree to become his slave. He later enslaves the members of his own cartel, the Bilgewater, to work their fingers to the bone in his labor mine. I think you guys see where I'm going with this. This is the type of character that would sell crack to a child. Let's get on with the theory. As we've seen going into 735, the goblins are in Silithus mining the Azerite. Okay, most of them are actually mining shit. Goblins are fucking weird. What do you think the chances are that they plan to make weapons from it? Think about it. Gallywix is a scumbag who actually profits from war. He's an arms dealer, and war means money. The goblins can already be seen refining the material and testing with it. Let's take it a step further. Khajiit. Unfamiliar? Well, it's a substance found on Azeroth that Memoron used ages ago to create the highly intelligent goblins. However, after the Sundering, they were cut from the supply of the ore. Over time, most of their intellectual boosts have diminished. They built their home on the island of Kizan, and in time, the use of Khajiit was forgotten. However, the goblin adventurer starts their story as a troll slave owner. This is a really positive tone we get from the goblins in general, don't you think? And the slaves are used to harvest Khajiit for the beverage. You guessed it, Khajiit. Very original, Blizzard. Anyway, you eventually depart Kizan and the Lost Isles to Ashara, and Khajiit really is forgotten. Or is it? We go back to Kizan in a BFA dungeon.
But Pyro, why would we go back to Kizan? That place is kind of a shithole.
Well, we have a feeling that Gallywix may have an interest in the Undermine, the goblin capital city. What if he wanted to combine the awesome power of Azerite with the intelligence boost of Khajiit to create super weapons? Even something as profound as an Azerite incendiary bomb. We're beginning to think more and more that Gallywix will use these incredible weapons to his monetary advantage. After all, he is a filthy goblin trade prince. I would wager that the weapon he develops is responsible for the fire at Teldrassil. I'm not saying Gallywix alone did this, but war is profitable, as I mentioned before, and when you're the guy holding all the biggest guns, you make money. A lot of it. So perhaps he sells these weapons to someone else.
What, Chief? We could take this here Azerite and sell it to build an army the Alliance could never challenge. I'll just sell it to someone else who's gonna frame you, because that's what we goblins do. Set people up to grow in power. We'll use it to make nice little bombs. Trinkets. To sell that cause absolutely no harm. Yeah, trinkets.
We still don't know exactly who is going to launch the attack on Teldrassil. So that is definitely still up for discussion, as is the origin of the weapon. I have an inkling, though, that it's a betrayal. Greymane isn't exactly off the table in my opinion, not after how we saw he and Shaw interacting with Anduin. He is a Worgen after all. You know, those guys who are cursed with an unquelled rage. One with quite a distaste for Sylvanas, might I add. In staging a frame job to convince Anduin to retake Lordaeron is certainly possible. Hell, some people even think that Master Matthias Shaw could be a traitor and could very well be the master who Anduin is unknowingly serving. Even the SI-7 commander in Silithus is acting sketchy when you reveal that Azerite is the blood of Azeroth. He says basically that it's all under control and that the SI-7 isn't leaving without being ordered to do so. Give me a fucking break. I'm not going to dive into that right now, but it's certainly something to think about, and that is really, really strange and unsettling. I want to throw out there that I doubt Sylvanas attacks Teldrassil. Why? Well, because she, Saurfang, and Nathanos showed up completely unarmed.
Okay, obviously Nathanos and Sylvanas have arrows, but it doesn't really do you that much good without a bow. And what is Saurfang just gonna do? Fucking punch them to death? All of them? With fire fists? I don't think so.
I doubt that they scorch the earth around them either, since none of them use fire for, well, anything. Someone else did this, I'm pretty sure of it. I do think that it's Verisa on the ground in the art of Teldrassil burning, by the way, and I'm starting to wonder if Sylvanas would pull a Dark Ranger to save her. My money is still on the idea that she is going there to meet with Illyria as the sisters had planned, but on her way, the attack happens. I doubt Sylvanas is evil, which is already a subjective term, but again, only time will tell. Either way, I'd love to know what you guys think, so sound off in the comment section below with your ideas on this topic. What do you think Gallywix is up to? I want to thank you guys once again for watching the video. If you did enjoy, please make sure to drop a like on the video and leave a comment letting me know what you think, as I love to hear you guys' ideas and get your opinions on the things that we throw out there. So don't forget, I do have a Twitter, Twitch, and Patreon page, which you can find links to down in the description below. You can give me all your money so I can build me some fucking Azerite bombs just like Gallywix, since we're all just so apparently blatantly trusting of him. I had a comment on my video that said Gallywix cares about his people, and when I read that, I about had a fucking coronary. So I'm gonna get out of here, you guys. Let me know what you think Gallywix might be up to, and let me know what you think about him going back to Kizan and trying to utilize Khajiit potentially in conjunction with Azerite. Maybe we'll get some pretty insane weapons, but I love and appreciate you very much. Stay awesome, and until next time, I will see you guys later. Take care, you guys. Peace! Jaster Gallywix, more commonly referred to as Gallywix, is the leader of the Bilgewater Cartel. A goblin... Fucking god. Fuck, dude.
Man, I cannot for the life of me get this line out right now. I swear to God, I'm gonna bash my head into a fucking wall.